So I know that I've been talking about Blurb lately, so I thought that I would show you my latest Blurb album that I designed and ordered. This is probably the fourth book in maybe 6 months that I've designed. This is a hardcover image wrap 13 by 11 book. 13 by 11. The image wrap just means that they're printing the image that I've chosen directly on the album cover. I've got one image for the front and one image for the back, but you can of course also do more than one image. You can do the same image on both sides and make it wrap naturally. You can do like a grid if you want, but I just thought I'd do one image on the front, one image on the back. I've also done the spine, chosen this green color to kind of match, chosen the words, obviously, chosen the typefaces to go on. One thing that I do not like about the Blurb design is that you can't adjust the size of the title. They don't take into consideration how big the book is. So this book is so wide that they really could have made the title bigger, but that's okay. It's not a deal breaker. So this is, again, a hardcover image wrap book, so it's basically like a coffee table book. When you open it up, you can see that it's all glued together, put together nicely like any other coffee table book would be. It doesn't lose pages when you shake it like I've heard that Snapfish and Wink Flash books do. There's just this nice opening page, and then your pages start. You can also do like a copyright page if you want. I've started with just a title page with the title and the date. This is just for my personal use, so I don't need really anything more than that. This is my table of contents. I realize now that I've spent $100 and some odd on it that there are errors. I didn't actually put the page numbers in, which is awesome. But I spent so long on this that I guess when I got to the end, I just looked through it and didn't notice those little details. So that's not Blurb's fault. It's my fault. I really should have had somebody else look at it, but that's okay. I'm over it. I don't actually care that much. So I made a table of contents with one image per day, which ideally would tell you what page to go to. Maybe I'll just write it in later. I've started with each quote-unquote chapter has a first page with the title describing what we did, and the date is just a 1 week Alaska cruise that we went on with Andrew and me and his mother and his sister. So each day is something different. The first day we just arrived on the ship, so each chapter has the title page and then one image and a bunch of text about the day. And then from there, I just have done it chronologically with journaling directly from my travel journal, which I will link below. The travel journal is the most scrapbooky type thing that I've done for this trip. That's where all of the pamphlets and the ticket stubs are. And then this book is telling the story with all of the photos, and I'm probably not going to do anything else for this trip. No big scrapbook or anything like that. So this text is all taken directly from the travel journal. One thing I did do is change all of the text to third person rather than we did this. I've got once Andrew, Amy, Julie, and Caitlin got on the ship, blah, 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 blah. That's because I actually made a version of this book for my mother-in-law for a Christmas gift, and I thought it would be weird for that to be in first person. So I just left it in third person when I printed it out for us. But as you can see, you can do printing all the way to the edges, or you can do, like this page has a lot of white space to really set off the photos themselves. Some of these pages are Blurb templates, some of them are my templates. Like this is a Blurb template. One large photo, one small photo, and a text box. Whereas this is a variation of a Blurb template. The Blurb version has much smaller photos, much more white space. I've expanded it. This is a Blurb template. These two white spaces could be photos, but I didn't have enough food photos from this day. And then we get to the second chapter. So this page is a little different, the top photo instead of the side photo. So that's just a good look. Let me find another Blurb or my template to show you that I like. I really love the colors. I know that that's mostly my photography, but I love that the print version matches my photos. This is one of my templates. This is edge to edge to edge, and I love it. I love it. Oh, this is one of my templates. So this template I designed basically from scratch, kind of like you would in Photoshop, where you put in the spots for the images. There's no text box on this page at all, so if I were to put text on a future version, I would have to, I don't know, put it over a photo or remove one of these photos. But what Blurb allows me to do is create a template like this, one large photo, 3 small horizontal photos, and save it to my templates. So in the future, when I design another 13 by 11 book, like I probably will for my Scotland album, this template will be available for me to just choose and then drag and drop the photos rather than having to design the template all over again, which is awesome, because this is probably what I'm going to do for most of our vacations. I have a Scotland vacation from 2011, and I have an Italy and a England vacation from 2009, and all of those will probably be the same size book. So as you can see, Blurb is kind of awesome, and all of the errors are my own. Oh, I found another error, by the way. Because I adjusted this book for my mother-in-law, I started it out as my mother-in-law's book. So it has no header up here, and it's got page numbers, and the table of contents had correct pages. And then I made changes for our book because we stayed in Seattle afterwards, and went to the aquarium, etc. And let me find a good example. The pages that I added for our version have no page numbers, and they do have the header of the title of the book. So that's something I really should have noticed to take off of the new pages, but I didn't. What happened is I made the original version, I did all the settings, adding the page numbers, taking off the headers, and then after I ordered it for her, I added these news pages in the back, and I should have redone the settings, but I didn't, because I'm not so good with the details. But that's okay, I don't even care. It's not important. What is important is the story, and pictures like this of Andrew, and stories like this about our waitress being awesome and just bringing us food because she wanted us to try it. It was amazing. I'll actually link to my Alaska posts below as well, so you can read all the stories if you want to. Andrew's first cruise, Julie's first real vacation. It was really awesome, and I'm really glad that I have this book in spite of the little things that I don't like about it. But again, none of that is Blurb's fault. It's all my fault. So my next book won't have errors in it, right? Right. Anyway, I'm going to link to Blurb below. I'm going to link to my Alaska stories below, and if you have any questions, let me know. I actually have another Blurb book to show you next week. I'll just do photos of that instead of the video as well. But if you need anything, just let me know. Thanks!